Hello, let's do the New York Times Hard Sudoku for May 29th, 2025. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself, and I'm going to get started right now. Okay, we've got 127 here. Nothing really to do with that. I'm doing a quick geometry pass before we do our normal scans, just to see if there's anything obvious to do. 4 and 6. This one, I guess it puts a 1 on one of these two. I'm just, this being very open made me want to look to see if anything looked in, and only the 1 does. If there was a second digit, that would be quite nice. 2, 6, 8, 4, 3. Ah, yes, so I found something here. So we have the 3 and the 4 in this box, and that takes 3 and 4 out of these 3 cells. But this column still needs a 3 and a 4. So where's it going to get it? Well, not from this box. So it has to get it from these 2 boxes. But this 1, 7, 8, clearly it's not getting it from those 3. And it's not getting it from this cell because this cell can't be 3 or 4. It can't be both of them. And so we can't put a 3 or a 4 in this cell, so it might as well be filled with something that's not 3 or 4, right? So there's only 2 places left that we can put 3 and 4. So these are the 2 places we must. And then if we look a little bit more carefully, we see that the 4 can't even go here. So the consequence here is in this column, the 4 can't go in any of these cells and it has to go somewhere, so it must go here. And now in the column, the 3 needs to go in one of these cells, but it can't go in any of these because of this 3 here. And so the 3 ends up there. So we had a hidden single 4 and a hidden single 3. Just checking if there's additional follow-up with those. I don't think so. All right, so that was 3, 4. We almost have it this way too, because we have 3, 4 looking at this cell. And so 3 and 4 end up in these 3 places, but unfortunately, I mean, I guess the 4 is helpful because it ends up in one of these 2. So just a quick scan, when I mark this, a quick scan is in this column looking for where 4 goes, because now we know it can't go in these 3 cells. I guess I should explain the claiming here. We found that the 4 in this row happened to be either here or here. And it's caused by these 2 4s here, right? And in fact, these 2 4, it's a little bit easier to see that these 2 4s do place a 4 in here, but that didn't have to be the case. We'll place that in a second, but I want to explain the claiming. So in this row, the 4 ends up here or here. So wherever it ends up, that 4 is going to be the 4 for box 9, kind of coincidentally, right? It's nothing to do with box 9. It's everything to do with row 7. Row 7 needs a 4. It's going to be here or here, and it's going to use up. It's going to claim the 4 from box 9. That's why it's called claiming. Oops, I didn't mean to do either of those things. Okay. That eliminates 4 from these cells. Even without anything coming from over here, if 4 is limited to these 2, then it can't be in any of these cells, just in general. And so the result is 4 is not here. And so then we want to scan the rest of the column because we know it's not in this box. We also know it's not in these cells. Unfortunately, it can be in 3 places. So it isn't immediately helpful, but it's something to keep an eye on because that can lead you towards more hidden singles, more claiming. But now we do see that these 4s, 4 can't be in any of these cells because of these 4s here. So 4 is placed in this box, and that helps you see that it is indeed limited to these 2. All right. So that was the 4. That's pretty nice. I don't think the 3 we can do the same thing. All right. 2, 6, 4, 5, 2, 4, 5. No. The 2 is limited in this row. It can be here or here only. It's quite interesting, but it's not enough to mark anything. All right, and we've got the 1, 7, 9. All right, I think that's what we get out of geometry. That's pretty nice. We got a couple digits. I especially like the 3 and 4 we found here. So we're just going to do our normal scanning now, starting with this 1 here. We do have 2 1s looking down, and this 1 looks in. That places 1 in this box. Now these 1s look in here, putting a 1 in one of these 2. Now this, again, we want to trigger a scan in this case because the only reason we didn't corner a 1 here is because there's a 6 sitting there. And so we know that none of these are 1 just because we have them marked over here, right? We have them marked wherever they can go in the box. And so wherever they aren't marked, they don't go. So 1s aren't here, and then this 1 sees here. Unfortunately, 1 can be in a bunch of places, but we didn't know that till we looked. sometimes you look and you go, oh, it can only be in one place or two places. It can be helpful. All right. So that was this one. And following up on it, the 2 looks down here, and these can't be 2, and this can't be 2. So 2's in one of these two. We do not need to trigger looking in this row, because the reason we didn't mark it here is there's already a 2 in this row. We don't need to place a second one. Thought I'd clarify that. So all these 2's look in here. These 2's point. It's kind of the same as claiming, but opposite. Where this box needed a 2, and it ends up here or here, which happens, it's everything to do with the box. The 2 is here or here because of the box, but those happen to also be only limited to column 2 here. And so box 4, the 2's point at the rest of column 2 and say no more 2's, because I need to use the 2. So the rest of the column can't use the 2. And so as a result, those 2's point down, this 2 looks down, and this 2 looks in, putting a 2 in one of these 2. We actually didn't even need the pointing 2's because this 2 does enough. These were already filled. But yeah, it is what it is. Okay, and then we have the 4. I mean, I'm seeing 4 in this box. It's limited, but has nothing to do with the 4 up there. And then horizontally, the 4 is down here somewhere. Yeah. And then the 7's look in here. The 7 looks up, putting a 7 in one of these 2. My back's a little tweaked today. I'm sorry if I'm like moving around more. Anyway. And then, the 7 in this box is one of these 2. Let's mark that. And the last thing I want to look at is this, well, maybe not last thing, but the next thing I want to look at is this column is actually down to 4 digits. So if we just think about those 4 digits, sometimes it eliminates things. So we need a 2569. 2569. So this can't be the 2, but it can be any of the other ones. 569. Same thing here. 569. This can't be 5. This can't be 6 or 9. So this is 25, and this is 269. All right. I don't think we get anything else out of that, but I guess it's marked up now. This 25 might be interesting later. I'm not sure. All right, let's move on to the next box here. So we've got 3, 4, 6, 7. So the 4's are done here and marked. Let's see, 3, 6, 7. Yeah, we don't have any more buddies horizontally or vertically. The 7 in this box is in one of these 2 cells. Let's mark that. But it means we know these 2 cells are limited. Why do I know that? Well, let's think about what they aren't. So we start off with every cell having 9 possibilities, 1 through 9. But then we can start subtracting. How many are we subtracting from these 2 just from the box? Well, we have 4 givens and 2 unique corner marks, the 1 and the 7. And so that's already 6 digits it's not. So 9 minus 6 is 3. We know these are down to 3 digits or fewer. I'm always willing to mark a cell, center mark it if it's down to 3 or fewer. Sometimes, especially in the New York Times Hard, where sometimes it just comes down to some random naked triple you have to find. If you're going to find random naked triples, you got to mark every cell with 3 or less until you find it. So here, it's not 1, 2. They could be 3. I'm noticing this one can't be, but I'm just going to mark them all and clean it up. 4, 5, 6, 7, they're not, and then they can be 8, 9. So this one's not a 3, so it's down to 8, 9. And as soon as I mark them, the good thing to do is to scan their column, scan their row, scan the rest of the box, see if you've formed a pair or a triple. Because that's what we're looking for here. Also, just in general, this column is down to 4 digits. We need a 1, 5, 8, 9. So this is only 1, 8, 9. Oh, sorry, 1, 8. It's not 5 or 9. This is 5, 8, 9. It's not a 1. And I think this can be any of 1, 5, 8, 9. So I guess that's what's left. This box has, it has 5 digits left. It has 1, 2, 5, 8, 9 left. This can't be, the 2, 5 can't be here. So 2 and 5 are down here. In fact, 2 is in one of these 2. And the 5 is in one of these 2. That 5 is going to point in here with this 5, putting a 5 in one of these 2. We do scan this column for 5, but I mean, it's such an open column, it's sometimes not even worth looking. And it wasn't. So over here, we know these aren't 2, 5. It's the same situation. There's 5 digits left in the box, but we know these aren't 2 of them. So these are down to 1, not 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8, 9. So 1, 8, 9 is left. Ooh. Okay. This can't be 1 or 5. So this is 2, 8, 9. right, I think that's what we get out of that. 4s, the 6s, the 3 7s. Okay, I think that's what we get out of this box. The 5. This is when I would have seen this. If I hadn't seen it earlier. Okay, nothing out of that 5. All right, let's come back, do the next band here. I don't think there's any more low-hanging fruit here that I want to look at. Yeah, so let's look at this band. So the 1, don't think does anything more than I've already done. The 3, the 2 3s do look up. This 3 looks in, puts a 3 in one of these two. And then we have the 8. We have 2 8s here. Puts an 8 somewhere in these 3. All right, does anything else look into here? We have the 4. We already have the 4 marked. 3 and the 1. Okay, that's it. The 2, yeah, we got that. Okay, over here we have the 4 and the 6. So we do have 2 6s looking in here. What's a 6 in one of these two? We already have this marked up. We know 6 is in 3 places. 4 and 6. Nope. And then we've got the 2, 6, 8, 9. We do have 2 9s looking up into this box. The 2, 6, 8 don't seem to do much. We haven't already done. Actually, no, the 2 is good. The 2 looks into this box. Puts a 2 in one of these two. That's going to point up along with this 2, putting a 2 in one of these 2 cells. So we're getting a lot of corner marks in here. It can be deceiving, but let's count how many we've got. We've got 2, 4, 5, 7, 9. So that's 5 digits. So this is down to 4 digits max. So what we want to look for is, does it see any digit that we haven't already corner marked in the box? We've got 2, 4, 7, 9. Unfortunately, no. So we know this is down to 4 digits, so it's not worth marking right now. Actually, how's that? Yeah, it is down to 4 digits, right? Another way to see that is that this row is down to 5 digits, and this one can't be 9. So that's down to 4. Okay. So even though there's a lot of corner marks in here, there weren't that many givens, and so it's a little deceiving. Let's see. Anything else from here? No. Let's just do a scan on this last band here. So 1, 3, 4, 1, 7, 9. Yeah, I don't think there's any buddies I missed here. Okay. So we're looking for low-hanging fruit now. If there's any rows, columns, boxes with 4 or fewer open cells, we want to take a look at the very least. I don't think there's any. Is this limited? So again, it sees the 1, 3, 4, or sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 automatically. If it sees anything else other than 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, then it's down to, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 is 5 digits. It sees also the 5. And so this is down to 3 digits. And it's going to be exactly 3, but let's look at what they are. So it's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It could be 6. It's not 7. It could be 8, 9. So it's down to 6, 8, 9. Whenever you have a situation like this, a nice little mental trick you can do to try to see if it's important or not. Like these feel like they might form a triple. Like it's pretty easy for this 8, 9 to join the 3, 8, 9, 6, 8, 9, 2, 6, 9. Something like that. Like it feels like it might. And so instead of like racking your brain about that too hard, think about what digit you might be missing in the row, because we're trying to form some kind of triple in the row. So we already have the 2, 3, 6, 8, 9 accounted for. That's 5 digits. And then we have 3 digits given. And so that's 8 digits accounted for. So there's 1 digit unaccounted for, which is the 4. It's already corner marked over here. And we know the 4 is not a single, and it doesn't join like a hidden pair or anything. So we do not get to do anything with that. Now, of course, if you're not sitting there explaining it, you can do that very quickly and move on instead of, lingering on it. I lingered on it so I could explain why I shouldn't have lingered on it. But anyway, yeah, that's the story of my solves in a nutshell. I lingered on it so that you don't have to. All right. So yeah, there's not a whole lot to look at here. I'm seeing, I think I want to do a scan and just make sure that I'm not missing any pointing or claiming that I found and just kind of ignored. That happens all the time. And then also just as I encounter each cell, just seeing if I'm seeing any kind of like pair or triple that I might have missed. So We've got the 3s pointing. We've got the 5s. We've got the 2s and the 5s here. The 5s pointing is important. We know this isn't 5. We know these two aren't 5. So what about this cell? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. That's already 6 digits. Yeah, so we've got 4 digits here plus the 3 5. So let's mark this one up. It's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it is down to just 8, 9. Now, 8, 9 sounded familiar. Unfortunately, it's over here. This does not form a pair, right? You might be tempted to say, oh, that's 8, 9 and that's 8, 9. That's a pair. But the problem is they don't share a row, column, or box. So they could both be 8 or they could both be 9. If they were both 8, that would be perfectly fine. It does not eliminate 9 from anything. If they were both 9, that would also be perfectly fine, and it doesn't eliminate 8 from anything. So we can't use it as a pair. We can't eliminate both 8 and 9 from anything. If you could prove they were a pair, then it would eliminate 8 and 9 from these two cells. That would be quite handy for this one, making it a 6. But it doesn't have to be a 6, unless we could prove that one of them has to be 8 and one of them has to be 9, because it would break and if they weren't different digits. But there's no reason to believe that at the moment, right? So it's not a pair. They have to share a row, column, or box. That's the typical way you'd find a pair. All right. So I got the 8, 9. This 6 looking in tells me, I think that this is markable as well. Does it? I think it does. So it's not 1, 2. It could be 3. It's not 4, 5, 6, 7. And it could be 8, 9. Yeah, so we're down 3 and 9. The reason it can't be 5 is our pointing or claiming 5s here. Pointing, claiming. 8, 9 are just very open. That's why almost every cell has 8, 9 as an option. I guess we have these two 8s. And then we have these two 9s. That's it. I want to, let's just make sure we don't miss anything here, but I don't think any of these are actually pointing or claiming. I think they're just all from scanning. So they're just markers. They're not like telling us anything new. Over here, what about these two cells? So we've got 1, 3, 8, and we've got 2, 4, 6. Yeah, so these are down to 3 digits max. So they're not 1, 2, 3, 4. They could be 5. They're not 6. They could be 7 and 9. And that one's not a 9. So 5, 7, and 5, 7, 9. Not seeing anything to do with that. The 2, the 4, the 6. Yeah, nothing special. We have the 8s here, the 1s. So these 3 cells are not 1, 2, 6, 8, 9. They just need to see one more thing to be interesting. So this sees a 5. So it's not 1, 2, 5, 6, 8, 9. So it can only be 3, 4, 7. Oh, it can't even be 7 either. Only 3, 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so it's down to 3, 4. We know this can't be 3, 4. So that's probably interesting on its own. So it's not 1, 2, 3, 4. It could be 5. Oh, it can't be 5 either. Can't be 6, 7. Oh, this is a naked 8. Sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. So that's just a naked 8 sitting there. Okay, we need... It's the first digit we got in a while. Make sure we follow up on it. See what else it tells us. 8's over here. Horizontally... it makes 8 point. Ooh, that's very nice. Okay. So this 8 looks in, this 8 looks down, this 1, 4 is filled. So 8's in one of these two, and that's going to point and tell us the rest of this column can't be 8. And so really what it tells us is this cell can't be 8. That's the only one it really affects, but that affects it quite a lot. If it can't be 8, it is now down to a naked single 9. So that's our 9. These cannot be 9. Okay. We definitely want to follow up on that. I'm curious to see if this ends up 8 or 9 just because I talked about it for so long. This can't be 9, but now it's down to these two. This is filled now. In fact, we should think about what's left in this box. We need 3, 5, 6, 8. So we know the 3 is here, but the 8 is also stuck in one of these 3. Yeah, this can't be 8, but we knew that. 3, 5, 6, 8. So this can't be 5. So this is 3, 6, 8. This can't be 3, so this is 5, 6, 8. So what else does this 9 do for me? It does put 9 one of these two. I got marked. Okay, I'm not sure it does much more. The other thing is this 8 did reduce this column to just be 1, 2, 3, 4. And this can't be 1, 3, or 4. So this is a naked 2 now. So we can clean that up. This is now down to 8, 9. That's a 1, 8, 9 triple in here. Yeah, so this not being 2 did place the 2 in the box, which then places the 5 in the box. And now this column needs a 1, or you can see the 8, 9 pair if you prefer. And this is an 8, 9 pair because they share a column. And so that means that for the rest of the column, we can't have 8 or 9. So that's our 1. So we're down to 3, 7, 8, 9 here. This can't be 8, so it's 3, 7, 9. It's not a 3. 3 looks in. 3's in one of these two. This can't be 9, so it's 3, 7, 8. 1, 8, 9, 8, 9, 8, 9, 6, 8. All right, what else do we have going on here? I just got the 2 and the 5, so let's follow up on those. 2's in one of these two. The 5 ends up over here. Trying my best to remember what I got recently. I got this 2. So I want to look at the rest of this column is 1, 3, 4. And it's not limited. This got filled. So we have the 2 and the 8 and the 9. Okay, that's it. These 2 digits then are limited, right? We have 4 givens and they aren't the 2 and the 4 either. So at worst, they are 3 digits each, which are the 3, 5, 6, and that can't be 3 and that can't be 6. So 3, 5, and 5, 6. 5, 6, 9. Okay, I'm not seeing what to do with that. This can't be 6. Not immediately helpful. What am I missing? I thought maybe we'd be good. Okay, we know that the 1 is up here. That might be helpful. That actually points into this box along with this one. This one looks in. It puts a 1 in one of these two. We're very heavily corner marked in here. So I think the question to ask at this point, and it may or may not be helpful, but the question to ask is, what digits haven't I corner marked yet, right? Or haven't I accounted for at all? So we have the 1, 2. So we haven't accounted for the 3. We have 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. So the 3 and the 5, oh, sorry, the 3 and the 6 are not accounted for in corner marks. So we want to look to see if there's anything special going on with 3 or 6. So any of these corner marks are whatever's corner marked there plus 3, 6, and it could be even limited more. So this is 3, 6, 8. This is 3, 6, 9. These can't be 3, so that we can just add 6 to them. So this is 6, 7, 8, and this is 6, 7, 9. And then here, this can't even be 6. This is only 3, 4. And this can be 1, 3, 4, 8. So nice little handy trick there. So we want to see if anything we marked up ended up being helpful. 3, 6, 9. 3, 4, 5. I'm not seeing anything. What else am I missing then? Oh, this is a 5, 7 pair. Okay, that wasn't before, but it is now. And so that leaves 4 digits here. So what's the digit I'm missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's the 9. So these are the corner marks plus 9, and this 9 looks down. So this is a naked 4. It can't be 1, 2, 3. It can't be 5 because of the 5, 7 pair. It can't be 6. Can't be 7 because of the 5, 7 pair, and it can't be 8, 9. So again, this 5, 7 pair it's a pair because they share a box, and because the box makes them a pair, meaning that the rest of the box can't be 5, 7. One of these will be 5. One of them will be 7. That affects the box, and so this is a naked 4. And then the rest of these are just their corner mark plus 9, although this can't even be 9, so that's a naked 6. That gives us 8. This is down to 5, 7 only. That removed an 8 corner mark. Oh, because we placed an 8. Never mind. And so this is a 2, 9 pair. That might come in handy, actually. So this can't be 9. Putting the 9 over here. All right, let's clean up this 4. Oh, and over here we get the 9. So these ended up both being 9. So yes, they were not a pair. That makes that an 8. And in fact, this ended up 8. Right, not a 6. All right. So this is our 3, 7, and 8. That's not a 7. That places the 7 here. We get our 5, we get our 9 and 1, we get our 8, we get our 7 over here. Cleaning up more, that removed an 8 corner mark. Now I know there's a lot of corner marks in here, but we just need to scan. I only ever mark if they're in this, I only ever mark if they're in 2 places, in which case, yes, it's the last one, or if they all share a row or column, so I don't have to scan over here. If I see this 8 remaining, I only have to scan it's the same column. I only have to scan this column because I removed it from here, right? And so this is the only place for 8. But you can also just scan the whole box if you want. Depends on how rigorous you are with your marking. That's an 8. And we're done with 8s. 5, 6. This is the only place for 3. We get the 6 and 9. We get the 7. I think we have cracked the puzzle. But we will see. I have some stuff on mark still. This is 5. That's 3. We get the 4. 3 in the corner. Okay, 4, 2. This box finishes the 6. Took me a second. That's 2 and 5. That's 6 and 5. That's our 9. This is a 6, and then we just got to plonk the rest of these digits. This is a 5, gives us this 5. This 1 or 3, not a 1, so that's 3 and 1. We get the 3 and the 1 here, that's 4. 2 digits left in this box. We do need a 3, which can only go there, and this is our 7. All right, we are down to 1, 2, 7, 9. So the 1 should be placed. So we're down to 1, 2, 7, 9. We know the 1 and 7 are placed because we only have the 2, 9 unplaced over here, meaning we have 8 1s and 8 7s in the grid already. And so we just have to place the final ones, right? That's a nice quick way to think about that. Now we can finish the 2 and 9, which then resolve that 2, 9. All right. I mean, 26 minutes, not because I got stuck, but because I think I spent quite a while explaining things. Cool. Hopefully this was helpful. Every once in a while, I will do a kind of longer form solve like this just to remind you of the basics, or if you're newer, so to give a better in-depth explanation. Cool. Hope this was helpful. I don't think there was anything too bad to find, just a couple naked singles, a little bit of geometry at the start was helpful. This 3-4 especially. Cool. Well, let me know how you did. If you enjoyed this, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.